guys, it's Friday 10th of May and I am on my way to a campervan festival called Camp Quirky. I wasn't going originally, but then a guy I met through the gearbox actually is one of the legends that donated towards my gearbox fix, and we ended up meeting up a couple of weeks after that and really got on. He's another guy that's into his van life stuff and he's just an absolute dude. So he messaged me, he was like, look dude, I've got a spare ticket, do you fancy it? So it's kind of a no-brainer. Unfortunately, Lance has had to stay behind. He's with the parents this weekend. The dog ticket sold out before the people ticket, so unfortunately he's not coming. But it should be fun all the same. Just feel a bit weird though, not driving with him, I'm not going to lie. So I met with Simon last night. Oh my god, change gear! Change gear! Change gear! Change gear! Ah! This is it fixed. Oh, this gearbox is shit. So I met with Simon last night. We had a little overnight stop off, had a good catch up, and now I'm just convoying with him behind his big American Dodge van for the last little leg of the journey. We're about 10 minutes away now. So Camp Quirky, I'm told, started 3 years ago, and it had around 60 vans. Last year it doubled in size, and this year apparently it's going to be a pretty big spectacle. It's completely solar powered, there's no generators. I'm told there's a big fire truck just covered in solar panels, and that is powering the whole show. The stage, all the food things, all the lighting, everything. So yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to see. I've never been myself, so I'm not sure what to expect. But it just seemed like a huge chunk of the van life and community from Instagram and YouTube are all going to be there. So it's going to be really nice to, you know, put faces to names, people I've been speaking to for months on end but haven't actually met. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it. A couple of days ago it didn't look like I was coming because the van's air suspension just died. Managed to find a new control unit on eBay, was stranded at work for 4 days until it arrived, and then fitted it yesterday afternoon and got it pumping back up again, and we're back on the road. So yeah, it's been a squeaky bum couple of days, but I'm on my way. Right, looks like we're just coming up to it now, and oh my god. Wow. I'm just waiting at the main gate to get in, and I can see the queue. Oh. 3 years ago, I'm told it was 60 vans. Now, it's this. I can't get over at this show how many people recognise the van and have come over for a chat. It's really, really nice. The only downside is I've been trying to cook breakfast for an hour, and every time I go back to it, someone else comes to the door for a chat. There was a few spells of rain during Saturday, which created some quiet spots while everyone hidden away. But that's alright, because just down the road from us was Gadget John and the crew, entertaining as always, like chasing my drone about. Well, what a day. I've just been spending all day walking around with Simon, talking to everyone. It's been incredible. People have stopped me and recognised me. That's That's one to, it's quite hard to get used to that, but it's quite nice. I've been useless and not really recorded anything today. It's just been a case of non-stop talking to people, going in their vans, seeing what the van's all about, asking where they've been. And I've heard some amazing stories today. That's absolutely incredible. I went inside this 7.5 ton lorry. In the back, this couple are converting it into a full-blown house for a family of 5. I met a couple who were living in a big American RV straight out of Breaking Bad. They had this amazing like copper, it wasn't a log burner, I thought it was a log burner, but it wasn't, it was a diesel heater. And this guy was showing us like he flicks these switches and it sucks from one, like the van's tank into this little diesel heater tank, and away it goes. And it was just so intricate and so pretty. And I spent about 45 minutes chatting to these guys, and then it turns out I've got them all on Instagram anyway. It's just overwhelming how many people there are, how many faces that you recognise and don't recognise, and people recognising me. It's just been, it is literally like the internet has just raised up out of the ground in this field, and it's just, here it is. This is the Van Life UK community right here. That might sound a bit mean actually if you're not here and you're still part of the community, I'm sorry. You've got to be here next year, it's incredible. I'll be totally honest with you, I'm only in here because I needed a shit. It's the only time I've had to get the camera out and do a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to grab my coat now and we're going to hit the party tent. Lovely. Sunday morning. I didn't really do any recording yesterday because it was just crazy. I must have had 60, 70 people yesterday in the van chatting away, you know, and it was lovely. But literally the moment one group left, another group was in. It was like there was a queue outside. People had come in and a lot of them had already known, you know, a chunk or some of them all of my story, the whole travel through the videos. And half the time they come up with this like, oh, I remember this time when you did this, and I was like, oh yeah, you know, there was no ice breaking needed. It was just boom, straight into conversation. It was really cool. But you're walking around, you're in each other's vans, you're talking van stuff. But the whole feel of the show is just incredible. It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter your financial status, it doesn't matter what van you've got, it doesn't matter about anything about you. It's everyone here just gets on. Anyway, I've got to get a shower, I can smell myself, clean the van up a little bit, and I'm off to go and see a Sprinter minibus that this American girl that we met last night, Jen, has been making, and see what she's been doing there. This is the most unenthusiastic post, I think. I can't even talk. My head is mush. Yeah, so as it turns out, I was even more useless Sunday than I was Saturday and didn't record anything. But it was another day the same really, going round again, talking to more like-minded people and just having an amazing time. There was definitely something special about this show. Everyone said the same, but no one could really put their finger on it. An underpinning feeling that this might just be the start of a big culture change, where people are starting to break free from the status quo and do something that suits them as opposed to what everyone else does, whether it be just to escape for a weekend in their van, a couple of months, or permanently. It meant the world to me to come here and see that despite the fact I do feel alone sometimes living this way, I am definitely not. Well, I'm just here editing the Camp Quirky video, and it's become quite apparent that I didn't really record a thing. I was just having too much fun. Lance is back. Hello, matey. The show was incredible, but it just went so fast. You were seeing people you sort of recognise, people you definitely recognise, and I watched on YouTube. I met Gadget John, I met Mevy, one man in his Whippet, Betty Boondockers, oh god, loads. Martin from Houseless Not Homeless, I had a bit of a chat with him over by his van. He said he would come over. I was at the door chatting with some people, turned around and he just appeared on my sofa like a friggin' genie. Turned out he just gamboled through the back door because it was open, and he was just like, hey. Proper took me. I was like, how the hell did you get in? But just a great guy. All of them. All the YouTubers I met, all great, really nice, friendly. They've watched my stuff as well. I keep saying the word surreal, but I can't quite put it into words. Like, there's these people that you see on a screen, and you feel like you know them. But you don't, and they kind of do the same back to you. So it's like, let's communicate through weird stories we've shown on the internet. In fact, prime example, as I was driving in, Beyond the Van's van was there, and I got all well excited. Then realised that Richard and Phoebe were in front taking photos of everyone coming in, and I just went, hiya! And then instantly realised they don't know me. And I just kind of, yeah. But then people were saying the same about me. They were like, I've seen all your videos, it's really strange seeing you in the flesh. It was an amazing feeling to actually be face to face with the community that you talk to online. Just so many people, and so many stories shared, you know, from why people bought their van, whether it's just to go travelling or something's happened in life and they've just thought, bollocks to it, let's try something else, or they just, you know, they're in their van full time for whatever reason. There were so many amazing stories. The whole festival just shown how big the van life scene is getting in the UK. It's incredible. Everyone you spoke to had the same, I've had enough of the 9 to 5. I've had enough of going to work, going home and sitting in front of a TV and doing nothing. I want to travel, or I want to live differently. I don't want to be stuck by a mortgage. And it didn't matter who you were. It was just, you were welcomed. And then me and Simon, I don't have any fucking footage of Simon. I swear to God he's real. I don't have an imaginary friend. I just, Simon, if you're watching, mate, send us a photo and I'll bang it in or something. There's nothing on it. I recorded nothing. But in a way, I'm kind of glad about that, because I didn't spend the whole weekend thinking about getting it through a camera. I was just there and I was enjoying it. But in a way, I'm kind of glad about that, because I didn't spend the whole weekend thinking about getting it through a camera. I was just there and I was enjoying it. Not great for the content. Sorry, guys. Simon, despite the fact that I don't have any footage of him, he's an absolute legend. He made my weekend. He's a really, really nice companion just to go around the show with. And some of his stories, he's been doing van life since before van life was the thing, before it was a hashtag. By the second night, we'd met an American girl called Jen, so she was hanging around with us for a bit. She's got a Sprinter the same as mine, actually, same engine, twin wheel, but it's on a minibus back. But she's literally just stripped it out for now, and she had a bed in it and her dog beds. She had 2 dogs and some of her stuff, and that was how the van was. So hopefully I'm going to catch up with her again soon and see how she gets on with the van. One of my favourite people that I met, and I don't even know her name, she just come and sat down next to us on this picnic bench while we got a bit of lunch, and we were talking about the food stalls, because the food there, oh my God, was incredible. And she was like, I really wish they did like a fat bitch platter, and you could just get this big tray and you just load it up with all the stuff like a big buffet, and you just go to town. And I was like, yes, that's what I want as well. Like these little tiny portions, get me a big fat bitch platter. And then I went on to tell her about the pizza stall, and at night, because it was freezing at night, to have a pizza was great for your hands, keeping them warm. And she was like, oh yeah, wouldn't it be great if you could just get some slices and just put them on your face and keep your cheeks warm? And that was it then, we were off, we were on our tangent. I was like, yes, get a slice on your head, have it as like a flat cap, and God knows what else. It was a weird but just magical conversation. And then she ended up telling me about a story, and she was a head of art at a secondary school. One day went in, was just like, nah, left the job, sold a house, moved into a VW camper van, and sells art on the road. This woman was just incredible. But we finished our food, we said our byes, and that was that. But the whole weekend was just filled with them sorts of people, these wacky, amazing stories and ideas in their vans. Some ideas in the vans were just amazing as well. So the whole festival just lifted me right up. I was in a bit of a rut since winter. Winter was tough. The van has had quite a lot of repair jobs done on it, so a lot of my money's gone on doing this. And yeah, I just got myself into a point. I was just like, is it really worth doing this? Should I just give up now? But going to Camp Quirky, it's just pulled me right out of that funk, and it's just shown me how big and awesome the van life community is. Honestly, I think it's only going to get bigger. They've apparently had to cap this show now. I think it hit something like 2,000 people at this show, and they're going to cap that now. And rightly so, because if you start letting mainstream in, you start letting day guests in, it will never be like that. And it'll never be as clean as that. We left really late, most people had gone. I did not see any rubbish, which is amazing. There was litter pickers out ready to go and tidy up. They were twiddling their thumbs, they did not have a lot to do. And that just goes to show really the mindset of everyone. So yeah, I will, if I'm still in the country, I will be making that headliner of my calendar. I've got to go back to that, but I think we'll all be struggling to get tickets because everyone will be going. But hopefully it spurs on more meets and more George, stop messaging me, mate. Yeah, can't repeat that on here. But hopefully it spurs on more shows, more festivals like that, because obviously there is a huge demand for it. But that's that now for a little while. It's back to the real world. But I've got my sails filled back up and I'm ready to crack back on. And I'm also getting back on these videos. I've had a lot of people messaging like, when's your next video? You don't post enough. Yeah, I've got the wind back in my sails. I'm ready to hit spring hard. I've been recording loads of stuff for that. So yeah, more is to come. But for now, I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you next time.